In this video, I want to talk about a few things that I believe Techland can add to or adjust that will make Dying Light the Beast even better of an experience to play. First thing I want to talk about are these takedown animations, and they've recently added some new ones that look fantastic. There are only a few that are lingering from Dying Light 2, so if they just spent a week tailoring those to Kyle Crane, it'd be awesome. But I just want to take a moment and appreciate the new ones they did add. Take a look at this. The next important change I think Techland can make to the gameplay is adjusting the way that the humans fight. The fighting mechanics have been improved, but the animations themselves stick out like a sore thumb to me from Dying Light 2. I just can't help but see the renegade fighting. In addition to the animations alone, I think certain mechanics with the fighting, such as the head stomp, could also be improved. There's a very short window from when you knock a zombie or a human down where you get to hit E and just hit them with that head stomp. I find myself missing that very often, more than the previous two games, and it leads to such an unsatisfying feeling during the combat. Now that I'm talking about combat changes, I'm gonna get into the more nuanced changes that Techland really should make. Stun locking is fairly prevalent in the combat in Dying Light the Beast still. It leads to that unnatural flow feeling when you're trying to jump from a rooftop, for example, and a bow hits you. It just feels really awkward. I actually have somewhat of an idea. I don't know if Techland could ever implement this. It might be something I can throw up on the Pilgrim Outpost, but I think it would be really cool for an experimental feature if they're feeling like it's not easily implementable. An experimental feature of adding ragdoll physics to Kyle himself, the player. And imagine a volatile is like leaping out at you, hits you midair, and you're all stumbling. I think it would add a lot more weight and physicality to the game. Lead to a lot of cool moments falling down buildings. I think it would be awesome. In addition to the animations, I think that Techland really just needs to take a coat of uniquifying paint to this game. So much of it, and of course you could say, well, it's the virus of Dying Light 2, that's why they look and kind of behave the same way. But I just think the virals right now look a little silly when they're running at you. The zombies are fine, they look like straight up zombies, they're scary, they're dead. But the virals, they kind of look, I don't know, I really don't have any other way of saying this. It looks like they tried to make virals cute with the way they run, and it kind of is cringe-inducing for me when I watch them. I'm like, man, that's not a scary-looking creature sprinting at me. It's like, you know, I can't put it to words. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And not to beat a dead horse here, but the biter grabs are way overtuned in this game. They also recently made some changes, but someone put out some kind of video doing this more scientifically, that there's a 50% chance a biter will end up grabbing you and putting you in this animation. I'm not really against this happening. It continues the threat of the average biter, but if they added more animations for Kyle to instantly escape and change the Dying Light 2 knife instant escape animation, that would make it feel more bearable. But in its current state, it's overly repetitive and just annoying. So it would be cool if they either reduced the frequency. I think they should make it more like 30% of the time and add the new animations to keep everything feeling still like a threat and very fresh at the same time. All right, I want to talk about something new, the grappling hook. This is one of my favorite versions of the grappling hook, but only when we're in beast mode. The normal one feels like a downgrade from Dying Light 2, honestly. It doesn't feel right. I don't know if it's my keybinds, but the way it controls feels a little jankier. It's not as smooth. But the beast mode is a combination of the original one from Dying Light, where it kind of just teleports you where you're looking, but you're grabbing it, you're really manhandling it. It feels awesome. And I wish we could use it more. I wish there was some way that we could extend the usage of the beast mode grappling hook, or if Techland could just make the normal one a little bit better, that would be great. Now I want to switch over to a very different type of change that I would love to see in this game, is some kind of addition of roaming traders or just more traders, because the way it is right now, they're very few and far between, and we need some more going on within this game. It'd be great if Techland set aside 6 months to map out like 100 to 150 unique events, different voice lines, maybe even some very small quests trickled in between, just to keep this game a little bit more alive without feeling live servicey. That would be their best approach. And I just want to throw it out there. Techland absolutely could add some kind of a fishing mechanic. There are enough places in this game where it would work so well, and I think it would be really cool. And just to give Techland a little bit of advice with their monetization, I guarantee you a lot of people would buy a motorcycle DLC. I know I would. There is one last significant addition I would love to see in this game, and that is the the introduction of fast travel. Considering how spread out the places of interest are and how you pretty much have to run everywhere, I would like to see them bring this out after a New Game Plus save. I think that is the most balanced approach. Everybody still gets to see the handcrafted world. They're not just skipping around blazing through the game, but it would reward the longtime players and it would make getting through this game, resource management and new weapon acquisitions, that much more manageable. Either that or implement my other requests of adding roaming traders and making the day-to-day experience a little bit more enjoyable and varied. That pretty much concludes this video. I will be making a gore update video I know you guys are wanting to see, so stay tuned for that. If you like Dying Light content, please do consider subscribing and absolutely share your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a discussion. That, after all, is why I make this content. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next video.